So, do you know how we catch monkeys in our country, India? If you don't, let me share the technique with you. Because it's not just about catching monkeys, it's a method that can teach us a lot about life. Honestly, this simple yet clever technique used in our country to trap monkeys has a profound lesson embedded in it, something that can make us reflect deeply. Let me walk you through the process, and then I'll ask you a question about what monkeys choose in this situation. I'm sure you already know the answer, but let's dive into the details first. And afterward, I want you to tell me what you take away from this story. One thing to keep in mind is that we humans aren't all that different from these monkeys. So let's get started. The technique is quite fascinating. To catch a monkey, people use a special kind of box designed with a very specific purpose. This box has an opening at the top, just big enough for a monkey to slip its hand inside. Now, inside this box, they place something irresistible to monkeys: peanuts. Monkeys absolutely love peanuts, and that's the key to this trap. The opening is carefully designed so that a monkey can easily reach in with its hand, but here's where it gets interesting. When the monkey grabs the peanuts and makes a fist to hold on to them, its hand becomes too big to pull back out through the small opening. The fist, now clenched tightly around the peanuts, gets stuck inside the box. At this point, the monkey is faced with a choice. It can either let go of the peanuts, open its hand, and free itself from the trap, or it can keep holding on to the peanuts, refusing to let go and remain stuck. The monkey tries desperately to pull its hand out, tugging and struggling, but the box is designed so that as long as the monkey's fist is clenched, its hand won't come out. The opening is just too narrow for a closed fist to pass through. Now, you might think the solution is obvious: just let go of the peanuts and the monkey can escape. But here's where the real lesson comes in, and I'm sure you can guess what happens. The monkey, driven by its greed for the peanuts, refuses to let go. It clings to the peanuts with all its might, unwilling to release them, even though letting go would mean freedom. And because of this, the monkey gets caught. This is the heart of the technique. The monkey's own desire, its attachment to those peanuts, is what traps it. The box is simple, the trap is straightforward, but it's the monkey's inability to let go that seals its fate. It's not the box or the peanuts that truly capture the monkey, it's the monkey's own mind, its refusal to release what it craves. This is how people in our country have been catching monkeys for ages, using their own instincts against them. It's a brilliant yet simple method, but it's also a powerful metaphor for life, don't you think? Now, I'm not going to confuse you with this story or over-explain it, but I do want to hear your thoughts. What does this technique teach you? What's the lesson you take away from it? I'll give you a hint. As I mentioned earlier, we humans are not so different from these monkeys. We may laugh at the monkey's stubbornness, its refusal to let go of something as small as a handful of peanuts. But if we look closely at our own lives, we might see ourselves doing the same thing. How many times have we held on to something, whether it's a desire, a grudge, a material possession, or even an idea that keeps us trapped? How often do we cling to things that prevent us from moving forward just because we're too attached to let go? Think about it. The monkey could easily free itself by opening its hand, but its greed blinds it to the solution. In the same way, we often hold on to things that weigh us down, whether it's the pursuit of wealth, the need to be right, or the fear of losing something we think we can't live without. These things become our peanuts, and we become like the monkey, stuck in a trap of our own making. The box in the story isn't just a physical object, it represents the situations in life where our attachments hold us back. The peanuts symbolize the things we chase after, sometimes at the cost of our own freedom or happiness. This technique, as simple as it is, carries a deep philosophical lesson. It shows us how our desires can become our chains. The monkey's struggle is a mirror to our own, reflecting how we sometimes prioritize short-term gains over long-term freedom. It's not just about the peanuts or the box, it's about the choices we make when faced with temptation or difficulty. Do we hold on even when it's clear that letting go is the better option? Or do we have the wisdom to release what's holding us back and choose freedom? Let me ask you again, what does this story make you think about? Maybe it reminds you of a time when you held on to something too tightly, a job, a relationship, a goal that kept you stuck. Maybe it makes you reflect on the things you're chasing right now and whether they're worth the cost. The beauty of this technique is that it's not just about catching monkeys, it's about understanding ourselves. It's a lesson in self-awareness and recognizing when we're trapped by our own desires and learning to let go. And here's the thing, this isn't just a story about monkeys or a clever trapping method. It's a reminder that we have the power to free ourselves from the traps we create. The monkey doesn't realize it, but the solution to its problem is in its own hands, literally. By opening its fist, it could escape. Similarly, we have the ability to release the things that hold us back, whether they're material possessions, emotional baggage, or unhealthy habits. But like the monkey, we often choose to stay trapped because we're too attached to let go. So what's the takeaway here? For me, it's about the importance of self-reflection and the courage to make tough choices. It's about recognizing when we're stuck and having the strength to let go of what's keeping us there. The monkey's trap is a powerful metaphor for life, and it's up to us to decide whether we want to be like the monkey, clinging to our peanuts, or whether we want to open our hands and embrace freedom. I hope this story resonates with you as much as it does with me. It's a simple technique, but it carries a profound truth. We're not so different from those monkeys, but we have the ability to learn from their mistakes. So, take a moment to think about what this story means to you. What are the peanuts in your life? What's keeping you stuck? And most importantly, are you ready to let go? If you found this story interesting, share it with others. It's a great way to spark meaningful conversations. And if you're enjoying content like this, don't forget to support the channel by liking and subscribing. I'll keep bringing you thought-provoking stories and lessons like this one. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.